Survived the house fire and everything. Everything else is gone. This was still sitting on the, well, it was sitting on the floor where the table was. The table burnt up that it was sitting on. I just picked it up. I dusted it off. I plugged it in. Still works. This is my phone. And I still know my number. 937-4913. That's from this was in my house when I was 1 year old. We can't even remember our phone numbers now on our own cell phone. Hey, what's your phone number? I don't know. I don't call myself. But when I was little, they made you learn that number down here, and your social security number. You had to learn those too, right? You had to learn your number. Well, I don't plan on working. What do I need that number for? Why do we even get that card? I don't want that. And I had to learn it, right? And the phone number. And this guy here, there he is. And actually, I lied. I bought this at Best Buy yesterday. This is the iPhone X11 Retro. These are coming out. These are brand new. You haven't got one, is it? Okay, everyone stand. I'm going to take a picture of all of you. Wait, just look into the circle there. Just kidding. Not even. When I got one of those, we had what was called a party line. Do you remember party lines here? How many remember party line? Well, that tells me how old you are. Says, I didn't even have phones when I grew up, kiddo. Way back then. Wish. Never had phones. I walked when I wanted to talk to somebody. No phone, nobody. Phones cost money. Or sorry, phones. We don't say phone. Phone. Phone, Get off that phone. Walk over there. Get hecked for being on the phone. I had that in the middle of my house. It had a 6-foot cord. You couldn't have a private call. Sat on a table, and I wasn't allowed to use it. If someone phoned for me, I'd get on the phone. Hello? Hey, Scott. My dad walked up. Who's on the phone? Scott, get off the phone. Someone important's gonna call. Okay, I gotta go. That was it. Call over. You weren't allowed to talk on there. One time I got a call from my Kokum. Kokum called. Oh, hi, Kokum. She got like 300 grandkids, so you're lucky to get one call every 10 years. This was a big moment for me. Hey, Kokum, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. My dad walked up. Who's on the phone? It's my Kokum. Get off the phone. Okay, I gotta go. Merry Christmas. This is sad, eh? No, don't cry for me. Some of you actually felt trauma there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to traumatize anyone. Some of you were like, it's just hurting, eh? Oh. I don't know who was going to call me, the Pope. Like, who's phoning me? I always got kicked off. Someone important's going to call. Who, the Pope? Who's phoning me? I don't know who's going to call. Get off the phone. That was kicked me off. But we had this thing called party line. Yeah, party line. That meant hooked to my phone, outside on the wire, it went down to my neighbor's, and then the next house after that. So when the phone rang, one ring was mine, there was another ring that belonged to my neighbor, and another separate ring that belonged to the next person down the road. But it didn't matter who called. We went to check in, because that's all we had for fun back then. Huh? There was listening to people's phone calls. We never had, Toon Blast and all these games, Wordscape. We had listen to other people's calls. That's what it was called. And we went on that party line and listened in. Want to hear the neighbors talking about something. And I remember when that phone rang, it would go ding, ding. It wouldn't even be my ring, and I'd sneak up on the phone. If a board went, I'd take off again and try to come from the other side, because I don't want them to catch me on the phone. There's no camera, but you snuck up. I'd get on that phone, I'd pick it up ever so softly. And I'd listen in and I'd hear, hey baby, I'll be home on Friday. And I'd be like, and then I hear, get off the phone. So I have to hang up. So I go like this. This is where you gotta be really sneaky. And you do what's called the double tap. You go, and then you're back on again. And you'd be listening. You betcha I miss you. Mm-hmm. Get off the phone. So now I gotta make like I dropped it. And then he'd say, I swear to God. And then you had to get off the phone. Because back in my day, we didn't have any locks on the door. People would come right down to your house. And my dad had put me outside. Your son was listening to my call phone. I want to talk to him. My dad grabbed me right by the scruff of the hair, take me out, get out there and talk to that man. Oh, I don't want to go outside. So I could get off the phone when they tell you to get off the phone. Your dad would make me accountable. I'm only 6. Why do I have to go out and face this guy? Get out there, man up. Put me outside. Holy cow. Nowadays, party line's different, eh? A lot different party lines nowadays. Not like the old days. Party line now, I watch TV really late at night, eh? Really late. All of a sudden I'll be watching Star Wars or Born Supremacy will be on, and all of a sudden someone will come on and say, "Hi, call the party line." And I'm like, "Oh, what? I'm not gonna call that, that's wrong. Who would do something like that?" I go by the bedroom. "Yeah, she's sleeping all right." "Okay, I gotta just check and see what this is all about here." So I dial up the number, 1-888-555-1212. And they pick up, but I didn't want to talk, I was too shy, I was just waiting to listen. I wanted to see who she was, what she sounded like. There was no answer though, nothing. So I finally said, "Hello?" And I heard, "Get off the phone." It was my dad. My dad was on there. He was on the party line too. It was me and him just hanging out. I was like, "Oh no." What happened to my mic stand here? I gotta get that back. I gotta put myself back together here. I'm sorry I didn't braid my hair tonight, but it's kind of let it be kind of wild here. I always used to get heck for this. "Pull yourself together," they used to say to me all the time. "You look all wild." So, put my pony back in. I'm a powwow dancer. Traditional, you can probably tell. With a body figure like this doesn't say grass dance, that's for sure. Definitely not chicken. Chicken, it ate a lot of grain with antibiotics, this big round chicken, eh? I'm a chicken dancer. No, I'm a traditional dancer, and I had to give it up this year. They always say, you look after your own stuff, you know, and I didn't. I let my wife wash my powwow regalia this spring, and she shrunk it. I said, "Don't put it in the hot water." I had that cottony broadcloth. Well, see what happened there. This is my ribbon shirt, that's gone. I'm not gonna be able to put that on again. So she shrunk my ribbon shirt, and the mugs, and nothing good happened to them. Those were wet, and she put those in the dryer. So that's it for that. So I'll be giving away a regalia tonight if there's anyone small enough to fit that. Maybe you have to be like I don't know, 32 weeks, maybe. I don't know how. You have to be pretty small to fit that. I guess that's sort of pre 1-year-old there. That's pretty small. But that's my regalia there. I go to a lot of powwows, and man, I've been to a lot of small powwows. Anyone ever go to a small powwow? Hey, ever been to a really small powwow and didn't have very good turnout? I went to a powwow one time. They brought in the dancer. They didn't say, "Oh, let's bring in the dancers." It was like, "Bring in the dancer." It was just me. I was standing out there by myself, just standing by myself. They didn't even have a drum. They put out a tape. This is like a tape, and I just danced around. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, look! And I had to go drop off a staff. I went back, went around again, picked up a flag. And then the tape came to an end. They had to rewind it. And it was really embarrassing. A small powwow, eh? Holy. Right after that, I had to do the prayer. We're going to call up our elder this time. He's 32, but yeah, come on up here. I can do the prayer too. I was awkward with tobacco. Thank the four-legged, and I didn't even know what to talk about. I was like, I've never done this before. I don't know what to say. The winged. Is that even a word? Winged. You ever hear that? I want to give thanks to the winged. Winged. Kito. Winged. Oh my gosh. So this next joke that I'm going to do, I got to be really careful. Oh boy, Treaty 3, they get right wound up when I do this jokes, eh? Because one of the things that just cracks me up is the elders. No offense. I love my elders, but don't give them a microphone. They don't know how to operate microphones. She knows. She knows, eh? You can't give a microphone to an elder. Just start laughing. And I don't know why it is, but see, look at professional, man. See where it is? You hear me clearly, right? Works. Here's my impersonation of elders on the microphone. 1, 2, 2. I know some of you are scared right now too. You're probably thinking, don't do that. Don't, something bad's gonna happen to you. Keep going, Janae, you're gonna get hit with something for saying that. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna have a stroke anyways, I got bad heart, so they won't get me, I'm gonna go out natural. But they always tell me that, hey, don't do that. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get bad medicine for making fun of them. So I'm gonna do it one more time before I gotta do this as many times as I can before I get out there. Anyways, this is my impersonation of elders on a mic. All right, at this time we're gonna call up Billy Two Feathers, Billy Nijo Migonan. Come on up and do the opening invocation. Billy, Nijo Migonan, Dishnakas. Quiet. There we go. Not just. Migochi. And then people always say to me, what did he say? I don't know. I'm sitting there, did he say a power? Do you think I got binoculars watching his mouth? I didn't hear him say anything. He didn't have the microphone up there. Well, go ask him what he said. I don't want to. Go on. Go ask him. My friends want to know what you said. It doesn't matter, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the Creator. They get all mad at him. This guy says, I just go sit down. It's just embarrassing, eh? And I was like, oh my God. So here's the second one. Here's the second elder here. It's the same guy, but I'm going to do it the other way the elders do it. You probably recognize this at gatherings too. And it doesn't matter, Christian or traditional. Same thing happens all the time. All right, at this time, we're going to call up Billy Two Feathers to do the evening invocation here at our traditional plow. Same thing, and then people go, what did he say? I don't know. He said, that's what he said. I can't translate mumble. Reminds me of that guy from Sesame Street. You remember that guy that used to show up and he'd come up really close to the TV and he'd say, he'd be way in the back. It sounds like he's talking to Ojibwe at the back. Oh man. And the men demand do. And the man do. There's a word, eh? In Ojibwe. Never mind, we're not going there. Okay, that was too adult. That was weird. Thanks. I love loving that back row there. I'm gonna enjoy this here. I got a good laughter back there. Just gonna stop focusing on all of you and just focus on. I gotta have the jokes work for Baby Blue there. Oh boy, I'm a powwow MC. Never worked here though. Too far south. Never got called here yet. Last time I powwowed with you was my daughter was 3, and my wife sent me here to get her off the milk bottle. Off my wife's milk bottles. So I was down here with a bunch of youth and myself, and my little girl was desperately trying to get on my breast like it was heroin, and I was trying to push her head off as I was like, no, I was trying to get her off, and I couldn't call home. I was just, this is what this is all about. This is hard, because I don't have any milk, so she's getting really angry with me, and that was the last time I took her powwowing anywhere, and it was really tough, but that's the last time I was here. My daughter's 20 now, so I guess that was 17 years ago I powwowed with you. So back then I was just dancing, and then they asked me to be a powwow MC, and I back home, and I was like, okay, I'll try that. And normally that wouldn't happen, because the people in my area, when they did powwow, they spoke Ojibwe. There's no English at the powwow, nothing. They just spoke Ojibwe. Then all of a sudden they got kind of lenient, and they got guys like me, so then we started speaking Ojinglish, you know? So it's kind of like we'd mix the languages together. So it'd be like, aha, bonjour, hey everybody, how you doing out there in powwow land? Come on out, pa, bijak, nimiak. One day I dropped the word by accident. I don't know what I was thinking, but I threw the wrong word in Ojibwe and I got fired. I got fired from the powwow. And it was hurtful, but I had to have that false pride, you know, that Anishinaabe false pride. And I just said, I don't even need this job anyways. Never liked this powwow. It's my own community's powwow. Oh, I never liked coming here anyways. Walked off. I didn't care, you know. Who cares about your powwow? Next year I'm standing around. I told you I don't care, but I want to see who they hired, eh? Because I got to trash talk them. Whoever it is, I'm going to call them down. Even if they're my friend, I'm gonna make fun of them because I got fired from this. So I gotta put someone down for this, right? Gotta blame somebody. So I'm standing there by this little white house, and I heard they hired this new Indian guy to do the powwow. So I'm just standing there by that white shack looking in. Hey, see who's gonna come out. I said, I've never seen this guy before. This Indian guy come out, picked up the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are going to powwow, let me tell you. And I was like, any Indians that? I said, it must be Blackfoot. I don't even recognize that accent. Take your legal staffs and go to the east door and get ready. Please come again. I was like, what the heck? That's who got the job. They hired a guy, outsourced it to someone else. He's the new powwow MC over there. Apparently he works for like probably 1/8 what I was getting, so they're gonna hire him every time. My name is Frank. Your name is not Frank. I know your name's not Frank. So I'll tell you it's Frank. But he's running a powwow. He did a pretty good job though. But I was thinking, I don't know about your powwows, but do you ever notice they kind of get the same people every year, year after year? And the powwow MC's not here right now because he's gonna get mad at me. I don't want anyone getting mad at me. You look like a powwow MC. Wait, the very back there, is he a powwow MC? Arena director. Okay. Oh boy, I'll talk about them next. Those guys are funny too. Arena directors. Yeah, so I was thinking we gotta spruce up our powwows a bit, because we keep getting those same guys, oh, let your heart soar like an eagle. Like, get off the stage. I've heard the same line for 25 years. It's time to get something new. So I was thinking, we should get someone like celebrity. So the first person I thought of, we should get Tom Hanks to MC a powwow. That would be good. Tom Hanks, but not just any Tom Hanks. We gotta bring him in as Forrest Gump. Just bear with me on this. This is going to be good. Imagine Forrest Gump emceeing the Nett Lake powwow. This is how it would go. Hello. My name's Forrest. My mama calls me Forrest. Mama says powwows is like a box of chocolates because they're all brown inside. But every once in a while, a white chocolate gets in there. That's all I got to say about that. Imagine someone dancing, eh? Drops a feather. Stupid is as stupid does. don't even do a ceremony for him. Oh man, it's funny. Speaking of feathers falling, there's something. Let's talk about arena directors. We'll come back to powwow season since we got an arena director here. How come the arena directors don't know the difference between their feathers? What's that all about, eh? I don't know how many times I've seen a feather fall, and you see that arena director just standing out there looking at it. That second guy comes out, he's an arena director from another powwow, and they both stand like this. And they're both looking, everyone's still dancing hard. A couple of dancers are looking. And all of a sudden, they start to talk like those aliens from Sesame Street. Feather, 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 feather. Eagle. Yip, 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 yip. Eagle. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Eagle? Uh-huh. Elders coming? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, wait. Turkey? Turkey fat? Yeah, turkey. No. Pick it up. You don't even give it a tobacco or nothing. No. Let's kick it right off. Poof it right off the paw grass. No ceremony for the turkey. When's the last time you ever ate an eagle? Huh? Never. Man, I see a turkey feather, it's like, put some tobacco down for that. You wanna pick that up? I don't want to be turkeyless one year because I disrespected that turkey. I didn't build this eating eagles. This is this Thanksgiving turkey build-up right here. When there's no turkey, KFC. That's what you go. That's Anishinaabe Thanksgiving. Let's get some KFC, close enough. Stop in there and pick one of the buckets up. Oh man. I don't know what you guys feed your chickens down here. I go to KFC, great big pieces of chicken. You come up where it looks like we're eating pigeons. I don't know what happened over there. Well, down our box they have in French a PFK. That's probably what it is. It's supposed to be poulette for chicken, but it's pigeon. That's the word. Pigeon fried Kentucky. That's what's going on there. Feeding us that PFK. Anyways, I gotta go back to powwow. Sorry, I drifted off there. I went off the rail there so I could make fun of arena directors. But I'm thinking the best powwow MC that you could get for Nett Lake ever would be this guy. He just lost his job. He was a governor, California, and he got fired. He was up to no good. He was wandering off there a little bit with the nanny and got into some trouble. So he's not lifting weights anymore. Look, his movies are kind of flopping, cooking. And I walked up, I said, "We got a new name." She says, "What?" I said, "They call us a new name now. We're not First Nations anymore." She says, "What are we?" I said, "Indie Geniuses." My wife just drops the spoon on the floor and she just laughs. She goes, "Oh my God, you're so stupid," she says. She says, "It's indigenous, you dummy." She says, oh my goodness. It's just funny. And in my town right now, in Thunder Bay, we have real Indians moving to town. Real ones. From India. The real ones are coming. They're moving in. They give them, I guess, a big incentive to come to our schools and stuff. So they're working all over the place. And you visually see them everywhere. When you go to Walmart, there's two types of Indians there. The ones shopping and the ones working. That's it. You don't even see any other cultures there anymore. There's just East Indians working and us, the Anishinaabe, are shopping. That's what we're doing, right? So we're all out shopping away, and we went up to the till there, and we have our status card, and our cards are really cool because we can use them. We get tax off, like sales tax. So when we use these cards, we get a sales tax off. So I went up to the till and I gave him my tax card, and he says, "What is this?" He says, I said, "It's my Status Indian card." "And what do you get with this?" He says, I said, "Well, you get sales tax off." "Wait a minute." He says, "You are not an Indian. You are indigenous." And he kept my card. He took my card and put it in his pocket. The next week he's driving down the road, woo! 3 other guys in a brand new truck. "I am loving this country so much." He's just having a good old time shopping away, you know, using my tax card. I said, "There's the guy's got my tax card." And they're all waving at me. But we're getting along, you know. Anishinaabe, getting along. You know, sometimes we mix with other cultures, you know. And every once in a while I notice someone goes take a trip down to St. Paul and you bring someone home, it doesn't look quite the same as everybody else, Sometimes a Latino, sometimes African American. Pretty soon the East Indians are going to start to hang out with us and we're going to start mixing. And this is what's going to happen. Another 20 years here in Nett Lake. Some little kid's going to come up. "Hello, my name is Donovan Wagner. I am from Nett Lake, Minnesota, and I am from the Tiger Clan." Sorry, I didn't know who else to pull. You're the only one I throw a name out here. He's like, "I'm not going to do that." I was supposed to say, "My name is Donovan Wagner, Indigenous." Nett Lake, Nett Tiger, Nett There, I did it in Ojibwe for you, so you got the same joke. Get it in the language too. I like to do that. Get both languages. Yeah, fun with it. Oh my gosh. All right, what else can we do here? Let's do another impersonation. I like to do impersonations, but not of famous people so much. I like to do like everyday people. So this one here, I'm going to change the terminology, but this is my impersonation of tribal office secretary. Okay, here we go, tribal office secretary. Now this is going back a few years. This is how they used to do it. I know they don't do that anymore. Ding. Ding. What? Wait. No. What? Who? Chairman. He's not here. He's never here. I don't know. I'm not his mom. Whatever. Hey, the chief's not here, is he? These are the things I need to know. I shouldn't be checking this before I do these jokes. Usually I do it and I say, I'll see a lady just staring at me. That's the band office secretary. Everyone just clears the room where I get ready. She gets ready to fight me. I gotta start limbering up because she's coming at me. Her and the tribal chairman both beating me up. Ding. Ding. What? Wait. Doot, doot. Doot, doot. Doot, doot. Doot, doot. No. What? Okay, go ahead. Leave a message then. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not reading it back. Whatever. Oh, I hate this job. Ding. Ding. Lunchtime. Ding. Thank you. Thank you. That's all right. That's my band office secretary right there. We call it band office, but it's tribal office for you. Gotta put myself back together again. Put myself back together. Oh boy. Hey, I'm back. I don't know if. Better check. I gotta get an elder's perspective here before I do this joke. Because if I do this joke and it doesn't work this way down here, this isn't going to go off too well. Back in the day, Kit, when you were on the phone, what happened at the end of the call? Did you get, yeah, okay, you're gonna love this then. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna do the joke unless it's the, okay, it's the same. Because, sometimes you drive to other communities and it's totally different, and you drop a joke and everyone goes, that's not even funny. Here, I'm gonna find my, oh no, where's my 1970s glasses when you need them? Alright, I'll just use my, okay, I gotta put my outfit on. Just wait. If you're gonna do this, you gotta do it right, eh? Tuck it in a bit. I bought it so that if I grew, I'd fit it for a while. That'll be handier there for me. Oops. Oops. Okay, this one here is called Kokum on the phone. Kokum is on the phone. Ding. Ding. Tanis! Ding. Tanis Bisan! Pon! Ding. 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 Uh-huh. Yeah, I got you. Ooh. Oh, where'd you go? Uh-huh. 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 Oh. 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 Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. 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 Oh. Oh. Qué buena. Oh. Uh-huh. 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 Bad kid over there. Uh-huh. Huh. Yeah. I used to come in 5 minutes after. Who was that on the phone, Kokum? I don't know, she says. She talked to him for 20 minutes, didn't even know who it was. I said, was that your sister? I don't know, go shine the kid. I already told you I don't know who it was. I said, well, what did you talk about? I don't know that either. She just agreed with them for 20 minutes. Oh, really? Qué buena. Oh. I used to laugh at that, so funny. That's why I put that in the set. I don't know if anyone else's mom or grandma was like that. I just crack up every time I used to see that. Oh. 3 words. Hey, buena, sounds like you're starting a car. I just put that in there for historical laughter right there. And I like to wear this skirt. I look awfully nice in it. Just kidding. Zam. Okay, there we go. Careful. I don't want to fall here. Boy. I have no... You know what? Normally I have track of time. I'm having so much fun here. Show could be 3 hours long. I'll be still going. You'll be like, can we go home now? Sandwich meat's all gone. I already divvied out the sandwich meat. It's time to go home now. One thing I learned about Nett Lake when I got here, though, right back there, the future of this is in the water. There's a saying back there. The future of this is in they got water right there. That's sacred water. It's right there. It's a very powerful message. I take a picture of that water jug when I go home. Either that or it's the future of this Anishinaabe club is in this water. Because there's a sign up there. There's an Anishinaabe club, nobody's at it. That's pretty sad. It's been locked. I don't even think anyone goes in there. Join the club. Come on, everybody. So let's get people to sign up tonight. Make a commitment. No matter what happens at this point, let's get everyone in that club. Sign everybody up. Take some membership fees. Get some membership. But $20 each to join the club. Let's make some money tonight. Go Black Bear. We don't make much money, we just go Fortune Bay. But there's enough money here. I think we could probably do Black Bear tonight if we get a good commitment here. Oh man, that's funny. I had to put that in there. I was laughed about it when I was eating my sandwich. I was like, it's gotta go. Oh, by the way, another part there, this guy wrote a nice joke there too. He says, all the food here is brought to you by the band War Bonnet. If you look at the food there, there's a War Bonnet up, and as you donated the food tonight, so. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Chaz. He donated the food here tonight, and War Bonnet. That's like Rainbow War Bonnet. That's a little bit different. Oh gosh. Well, before I go, I gotta close up here with a couple of jokes. He's gonna be looking at me. 20 more minutes. It's one thing about Anishinaabe, I sneak off early. He didn't pay me though. They didn't pay me till they were gonna do the whole show, eh? And then give me a check before right at the parking lot. Hey, where's he going? He said he's going to get gas. Yeah, in Canada, stop him. Paid Anishinaabe, just leave early, eh? Go on, man. Run out to the car. I'm just leaving early. But I'll stay and finish up here. I had a couple of stories to tell you how I got into this business. And goes way back. I was in a place called Summer Beaver. This is a real community. And the guy that hired me, his name was Johnny Yellowhead. Johnny Yellowhead from Summer Beaver. That's who hired me. And I went up to this community. It's a fly-in community. And I was the first one to get there. I was going to do traditional teachings, Anishinaabe, Kinnamadin. That's my job. I was going to just do teachings to this community. And the people, the entertainers, didn't show up because they got snowed out. The planes couldn't come in. So Don Burnstick, #1 Indian comedian in Canada at that time, still is, veteran, he couldn't make it to the show. There were no musicians come in, so Johnny walked up to me and he says, Ron, do you know any jokes? I said, I know a couple from high school that my dad said I'm never allowed to say in public because they're inappropriate. He says, do you have a funny story or something? I said, well, there's this one story that happened to me when I was young. Tell it, he says. And I had one joke, that's it. And I got up on stage. Well, it wasn't even stage, it was kind of like this. It was just in the gym, right? It was in the gym. And no microphone, just get up, talk to everybody. And most of the people there only spoke Ojibwe, and I'm telling the story in English. You know, it was embarrassing, kind of. They were just looking at me going, nobody knew a thing I was saying. They're just following my hand gestures and stuff. But this goes back to when I was 18 years old. And I was in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And the reason why I went there, because when I was 18 years old, the legal drinking age was 18 there. It still is. And I thought, why should I wait till I'm 19 to make a fool of myself? I'll drive to Winnipeg and make a fool of myself when I'm 18. Good logic right there. So I jumped in the car and I drove up there and I went to a place called the Black Knight. I went there in a white leather jacket. That should have been a hint right there that I was already off on the wrong track. So you got a feature, I got a white leather fringe jacket on. I got my hair down like this. It's all teased up. I got my hair all teased up and wild. I got my pants on really tight, because back in those days the men wore the tight pants. So if I have 32-inch waist, I have 30-inch pants on. When I used to put my pants on to go out, I had to caterpillar into them. I just lay on the floor like this, and you put them on, and you do that hip-hop dance kind of thing. You gotta pull them up. Get a coat hanger, put it on the zipper, pull my pants on. Then I'm like a seal or a penguin. I can't even get up. That's why you got to do it on the bed. If you were on the floor, you were like a turtle. You're not going to get up until you get those pants off. So I was just stuck there, and I have to drag my way to something, you know. And then you got to lift yourself. I can't do it on this plastic table because I'll break it. So you get these tight pants on, and then off you go. We're going to go out on the town and impress the ladies, eh? Just walking That's how you walk. You couldn't take a full step. You'd never have children if you did that. So you just motor along like this, little wee steps. What was really crazy, you'd get into fights. Sometimes we'd get into fights. Hey, that's not very good to fight. But we'd fight. It was not like nowadays, like UFC. Like you guys watch UFC and that. See how they fight? The 80s wasn't like that. You just kind of bumped into each other. Just kind of charge. And you back up. And then you come at him again. And the first guy that fell down, if you fell down, you were done for. That guy would come at you, and you'd be laying on the ground, and then he'd just start kicking you. They'd say laying them, that's called giving them the boots, eh? It's kind of, and your friends, hey, you want to join in? And everyone would come up, wait, I want some of this. Then would come around. Nobody really got hurt back then, because nobody went like this, you couldn't, you'd hurt yourself. So we just did this. Those were very peaceful times, 1980s. No real fighting. Nowadays, people hurt each other. But back then, you just kind of tapped each other. There, had enough? Huh? You had enough? There, that'll learn you. Okay, let's go. Come on, guys, go. Oh, look like you're from South Park. Come on, let's go. Look good, man, you killed Kenny. Nah, he's fine, he'll be ready. Come on, let's go. Oh, man. Anyways, I went out on the town. I got picked up. I didn't pick someone else, someone picked me up. And long story short, after I was set free, it was 50 shades of something, but it was wrong. It was just wrong. And I got loose. And back then I had no restraint, eh? If you give me something bad, I'd take it. If you give me something bad, I smoke it. If you give me something bad, I sniff it. Whatever you give me bad, I take it, eh? Drink it, sniff it, whatever. It's a mess. Total mess. Anyways, I got out of that place the next day, put my pants on right on the front lawn there, just caterpillaring my pants back on, and got up, dragged myself up to the stairway and picked myself up, and I just walked like this, eh? Out to the road. And I'm lucky, I'm Anishinaabe, eh? Oh, boy, I'm so lucky. I looked up to the sky. The sun is in the south. I'll go north. I don't know why it's so stoic, but it was. I started heading north. 20 minutes, I finally made it to the first block. 20 minutes. I got to a sign, I hung on to the sign, I looked up, and it said, Rue Saint-Michel, en français. It's the French part of Winnipeg. Eh? So I start to think to myself, I might be Saint Boniface or Saint Vatel, you know. That's where I am. Why I have a French accent at this point, I don't know. But you just read a little bit of French, and then next thing, je parle français maintenant. You know, I start to speak French. Not Parisian French, though, and not proper, like not proper French. It's like from the Red River Valley kind of French, really harsh kind of talking like that. You know, nothing like impressing the ladies when you want to talk, fucking like that. The girls really like it when I laugh. Oh. I know it is about that laugh, just cracks people up. Would you like to have another beer? This is funny. So anyways, I have to tell you, my friends, I have to tell you, I was hanging on to that sign and I called for God to help me. First time ever. I never begged for God's help anywhere. In a funeral, a loss, to help me with my schoolwork, nothing. I don't need any help. But that day I needed help. I was a mess. So I grabbed onto that sign and I said, God, please help me. And he showed up. As soon as I asked, I heard it was coming from the south. I looked at Jean and I saw a fiery chariot coming to get me. At first I was scared, I was going to run, but who can run? Because I got those pants on, I would have been, like that would have been it, I wouldn't have gone away. So I just stayed and waited for my Creator to come. It got closer and closer and bigger. It was fiery orange and silver, fiery orange chariots, and then it was just Winnipeg Transit. It was just a bus, is what it was. but it looked like a fiery chariot from way back, but it came right up. And he stopped right there. That's why I know God sent it, because he stopped right for me. In Winnipeg, what they used to do back in the 80s is they would either drive ahead half a block or be back a quarter block, because they would test you. So if you went like this, and you started walking and you were walking straight, they would just leave you. Gosh, KB, that guy's drunk, forget him. Let's go. I'm not dealing with this hassle. So he stopped, and I went straight up, right onto the bus. I stopped on the bus. You can be the bus driver, okay? I want to talk to you. I know some people get nervous and I point you out, but you're the bus driver in this story now. So I got on the bus and I'm just standing there like this. It's windy on there, boy, on that bus. So I grabbed that rail, the metal rail. I said, how much is it? $1, he says. This is before loonies and toonies. This was all paper. My money is down here in those tight pants. So I started digging like a badger, trying to get to the money. I'm just digging, and I'm getting lint and receipts, and the driver's looking at me, and all of a sudden he realizes, I think this guy might be drinking. He's looking at me serious, and then he starts to smile. 1 second, I'm looking at the driver. Next second, I am gone. He just stepped on the gas. And I took off. I just like this. And I went all the way to the back of the bus. I got to that back seat, I went to sit down, he locked her up at the next stop, I come all the way up again. I grabbed the bar, I looked at the driver, and the driver says, $1. I know, I'm trying to get the money, it's in my pants, and you're not giving me a check. Stepped on the gas again, and I took off down the aisle. There's French ladies pushing me back and forth. They're saying something to me, they're calling me a tree name, They keep saying tamarack, tamarack, I thought they were saying, and they're just shoving me. They're saying something else apparently, they're swearing at me, but I got to the back of the bus and I went to sit down. This time he locks it up hard, puts it on, brake hard fast, I come up like this. And I hit the change box. This was 1980s, there was no padding. They didn't care. Metal to chest. I just come in full tilt, just right there. $1. I'm trying to get the $1, but I hate you. I can't catch my breath. I'm almost getting sick. I went to sit down. He locked it up again, and I looked, I saw Portage and Main Street. I recognized that. That's my turn. I come like this. He opened up those side doors. I just took off. I just ran off the bus and I just kept going. Put the bus in park. He jumped out. Hey, you gonna pay that $1? I turned around and I said, what the heck for? I walked all the way here. I said to him. And hence a comedian was born. They always say, true stuff that happens to you, that's what the stories you tell. So that's where that comes from. And became a comedian. Gotta get back together here again. Hold on. Getting pretty good with this elastic. Okay, this last story that I want to share with you tonight. Find all my parts here. Hold on. It's about the relationship with my son. I got a little guy at home, he's 17 now. 17 years old, my son. And I tried to raise him right. I brought him up on Johnny Cash, and Elvis Presley, and Buddy Holly music, and he was little and he used to dance. And I was proud of my son. He got a little bit older, he got into that Rammstein. And he started to learn that he was Ojibwe and Austrian, so he was really proud of his German heritage. And he would be upstairs and he would be playing Du hast. And I could hear my son marching around, Du hast. I could hear him marching around. I thought he had boots on. I went around the room, Dad, for Germans! And he'd be marching, and I'm like, I have a devil upstairs. I gotta straighten this guy out. And then he started listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and it sounded like there was a war going on upstairs, and just power drums and boom, 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 and the whole house is just shaking. My wife is saying, do something about this. I said, I can't, it's a phase, you'll grow out of it. Then the craziest thing happened. I sent him to high school. He's about 75 pounds soaking wet. He's just a little guy, grade 9. He goes to high school. I come home from work. I walk in, here he is, standing in my house with a pair of my pants on. He's hip-hop now. So his pants are just drooping way down. He's got his pants way down. He's got some bling on from my closet. He's got this hip-hop hat style going, like that. And what's really crazy, Petushka gun way up. Just way up. It's crazy. It was kind of like just underwear. Just jack. He's got one of my belts on. It's wrapped around about 4 or 5 times. And there's extra line there. You could tow him behind a snow machine or something. He's got so much extra line hanging down. And I walked in. He's got 2 other guys with him too. They're dressed exactly the same. And I walked in and I said, what is this? And my son's just doing this. He's not even talking. He's going like this. There's 2 other kids on either side of him. And they're sing-talking me. Back and forth, like this. Yo, Papa K, what up? Kid says to me, eh? I said, nothing's up. I said, who are you? He says, yo, Papa K. He says, I'm Easy G. He said, this is my brother, Big Ease. He says, we running things up here in Mackenzie Street. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know what you're saying, boy. You make no sense to me, I said. What clan are you? He says, yo, we Wu-Tang Clan, bro. He went like this to shake my hand, and I was like, I don't want to shake your hand. I said, you're too long. Your hands are dirty. Don't touch me. Back up. I said, what the heck are you guys supposed to be? He says, yo, Papa K. He says, we old school, bro. He says, we hip-hop. We gangster rap. We Wu-Tang Clan. I said, I'll tell you kids something. I dressed like that 1982. It ain't hip-hop, it ain't old school, it ain't gangster rap, it's called drunk. I used to have 2 guys, my entourage right behind me too. Only time we stop, if you go through the community and you hear that sheriff? Okay, let's go. Away you go. But back in the day, we never wore our hats like this. As soon as you put your hat like that, even if you're sober, you're going to walk funny because you're out of balance, eh? As soon as you put your hat on like that, eh? Elder never did that 40 years ago. Drunk or not, go straight, go after. Just fall down, just go faster. As soon as you're like this, go. Oh, you're going down. That's it. Oh, man. Back in the 80s, we used to do this. You still went straight, but it was kind of like, you just go that way. Oh, man. Okay, I didn't think this out very good. Oh, man, I got problems. I got some problems here. Thank goodness my wife's here, because, I made a mistake here coming up. When you do hip-hop, you're supposed to wear boxer shorts. And I got the Hanes on from Walmart right now, and I buried them up there pretty good. I don't know why not. Oh my God. It's like a snow machine stuck in a slush there. I don't know if I'm going to get her out of there. She's buried in there pretty deep, eh? I don't know if I'm going to... Yeah, no, they're in there. Right now I got a bong on. That's a bum thong, that's what that's called. I got a bong on, a bum thong. So, no, it's Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, just like a tractor stuck in the mud there. She's in there. I'm not gonna get her out now. Barbed wire fence on there too. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call her a night, folks, because that's gonna be, I gotta go get that out of there. That's gonna cause some kind of problems if I leave that in there. Holy. Yeah, I can get my wife to help me out there. Holy, I know this probably, you're probably thinking this wasn't very family oriented. Some guy's douche gun buried way up his butt cheeks there. Holy. I didn't say it was gonna be dirty. I said I wasn't going to do any dirty jokes. I did a couple of gross jokes, though. That's okay. Kids like gross jokes. I'm going to turn to my fans in the back there. Is that funny? Okay, good. Okay, as long as the kids are, it's all about the children. They're our future. Okay? The children are about our future, and if they're not happy, well, we got problems. So I don't care if you adults didn't enjoy it, or if you thought I went too far. The kids loved it. That's all that matters. Forget to join the Anishinaabe Club. Go have a cup of water, $20 at the back there. That guy at the computer, he's taking names right now. Well, thank you for having me here in Nett Lake, ladies and gentlemen. I had a blast. This was fun. I was hoping for a large crowd of 32, but you know, 21's gonna have to work here. Let's do a quick head count. Well, I had 21. 2 quit on me, so I'll remember that for the rest of my life. 2 more people that abandoned me in my life. It's like my family. Just kidding. Thanks for perpetuating the trauma, Nett Lake. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah. That's bad. Anishinaabe always says really bad, dark things, and then says just kidding after. You ever hear that? That's crazy. I'm gonna have to mention that, eh? Like, someone could walk right up. Oh, is your husband ever ugly? Just kidding. Wait, what? Anishinaabe always says that. Or what I said earlier, hey, no offense. As soon as you hear that, that's automatic. There's an offense coming. Hey, no offense, okay? And then it's like, oh yeah, here we go. This is gonna be bad. Just kidding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me. Remember, have another sandwich. I brought some t-shirts for sale, but you guys all look broke to me, so I... Just kidding. Just look at that. If anybody's got any money, but you're probably broke anyways. I'd be really cool if you all showed me up right now and just pulled out wallets full of money. Yeah, we're not Canadian. Look at that, broke. Make it rain on me. There you go. I can do this all day. I can do this all day with George Washington. There you go. There's another one, and another one, and another one. Anyways, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Here's the shirts he was selling. All right, and that's going to be it for our show tonight with Mr. Ron Kanutski. And let's give him another round of applause. He's an up-and-coming comedian, very funny guy. Hope to have him up here again. And me Glitch for coming. And drive safe, stay warm, and please take the leftover food home.
That one's a medium. Here, switch. Okay, thanks.